Let us discuss about the 11th September 2015 newspaper. And there are no important articles over here. What I am going to talk about is the repetition of the past. The first one is with regard to the Naga issue. You all know that recently Government of India has signed a framework agreement with NSCN Isaac Muvaya. So though Prime Minister Modi called it as a historical agreement, it is not a detailed agreement that has come into existence. What we have is just a framework agreement. So though the details of this agreement are not out, Mr. Muvaya, while meeting with the Naga Ho-Ho, the Naga civil society in Nagaland, he has said that the objective of the framework agreement is to create a shared sovereignty. But what constitutes this shared sovereignty was not yet explained. Now in this context, there are few things which we need to understand. The first one is the Nagaland itself, are Nagas themselves as tribal people. There are multiple communities among them further, or multiple tribes are there among the Nagas themselves. They are the Angami Nagas, Koyangs, Konyangs, and with regard to Sema, and next Tungluks. All these are different types of tribes of Nagas. So NSCN-IM, it represents only few tribes of the Nagas, not entire community. And next is Mr. Muvaya. He is a Tungluk Naga from the Manipur. So to what extent his leadership will be accepted by entire Naga population is under question. And the second thing is, already the Kaplang faction, Kitovi, Konyak, these factions are not accepting this particular agreement. They are feeling that they are being sidelined by the government of India. So even Kaplang faction has violated the ceasefire agreement. And the second thing is, this shared sovereignty as a concept, it will have wider implications for India as a whole. So especially for Northeast, it will create a huge impact. Now, there are many secessionist movements which are going on in India now. So they are going to, it is going to create an impact on all these secession movements, and it's going to redefine the negotiation table. So the government has to be very careful to see the unforeseen circumstances, and they can, or there has to be an extra time to be spent on this particular agreement. That is what is the essence of this article is. And the next is, world problems mar a new solution, by the Chitrangada Chowdhury. What this article says is this. We all know Union Ministry of Mines, it has brought in something called an amendment bill. So that is the Mines and Minerals Regulation and Development Amendments Bill. It was brought in by the particular Union Ministry of Mines. So this Mines and Minerals Regulation and Development Amendment Bill, it was not brought in without any consultation with the Ministry of Tribal Affairs and the Ministry of Environment and Forests. That is first thing. And it provides for two institutional structures. The one is the DMF, District Mineral Foundation, and the next one is NMET, that is National Mineral Exploration Trust. These are the two institutional structures which it aims to provide for. So 2% of the royalty a mine leaser, he has to pay to the central government for NMET, and not exceeding 1/3 of the royalty, it has to be paid for DMF. This DMF, District Mineral Foundation, the money will be spent for the betterment of the people who are affected by this particular mining project. It means the tribal people over there, they get a livelihood support with the DMF. But the Act do not talk about anything, how this DMF has to be managed. The management, it was not at all clear. Now in this context, Odisha is the first state that has constituted the DMF. Now in Odisha, there are two things we need to understand. The district collector is the head of the governing trustees, or the board of trustees of DMF. And also he is a member of executive committee. It means he makes the decisions and he also implements the decisions. So this particular framework makes the district collector to spend the money or this DMF to spend the money in the entire district rather than focused onto the tribal people who got affected. It means the philosophy goes against something called as Samatha judgment. This is the most important judgment in relation to the mining in India. If you can remember, in 1997, an NGO called Samatha, it has filed a case against the government of Andhra Pradesh, which came to the Supreme Court under special leave petition. What the Supreme Court said is, the government is also a person. It cannot just take away the property of the tribals from them. So in this context, it has laid down certain formalities or procedures that has to be followed. It said the Grama Sabha shall be competent to safeguard and preserve the community resources. It has given due importance to the Grama Sabha. And it said the cooperatives of the tribal people, they shall manage the mineral resources there with the financial assistance from the government. If something which is not prohibited, some mineral exploration that is not prohibited, the court has said to 20% of the profits shall be made as a permanent fund for the development of the ecology over there and also the reforestation over there. So like that, certain guidelines were given by the Supreme Court in Samatha case. In Samatha case, one of the important thing is the tribals have to oversee the implementation of mining over there. They also shall monitor or form the monitoring committees. It means the control it wanted to keep with the tribals living in this place. So, but however, this DMF which was constituted in Odisha, it is entirely against the spirit of this particular Samatha case. So these are the things we need to understand. Thank you very much.